Hello, you amazing people, and Merry Christmas! Welcome to Review Junction. I'm your host, Zack. One of the most renowned Christmas stories in terms of both novels and movies, A Christmas Carol, has had many adaptations, one of which being The Muppet Christmas Carol. For many like myself, this is not only a great movie, but a piece of holiday nostalgia. But does it live up to Charles Dickens' vision? Let's unwrap this. Christmas is one day away and everyone is full of cheer in anticipation of the most glorious day. However, one man does not feel the same, Ebenezer Scrooge. In fact, no day upsets old Scrooge more. After a long and hard humbug of a day, Scrooge returns home to lay his head. However, fate will have no rest for the wicked. Scrooge is met by three spirits of Christmas that set him on a path to look into his past, present, and future so that he may have one final chance at redemption. A Christmas Carol is one of the most well-known holiday stories, and A Muppet's Christmas Carol took this classic story and made it just as great, but in a different way. The thing that I love so much about the classic version of the story is the dark themes that develop into brighter ones. The Muppet's Carol, however, almost completely got rid of these, aside from Tiny Tim's part, and instead chose to make it much lighter in nature. For example, Scrooge's sister's arc where she dies is non-existent. Personally, this is one of my favorite scenes in the classic story because it shows us why Scrooge is the way he is. So you would then think that this would upset me with The Muppet Christmas Carol, and yet the movie was still awesome in spite of these crucial removals. This is because of great direction and writing, such as Gonzo and Rizzo narrating the story and creating humor along the way. All this and the fact that the classic story is amazing anyway make the movie good to watch for the older generation and great to watch for the younger one. There are only 4 cast members in The Muppet's Christmas Carol worth mentioning. Obviously, to start, we have Michael Caine as Scrooge. Caine has one of those voices and smiles that makes you unable to contain yours, so it was nice to see him take on a role where he had to do the opposite. Next, Frank Oz played Miss Piggy, and while his scenes were limited, he stole each one he was in. But I mean, come on. This guy played Yoda. Dave Goelz played Gonzo, and did an amazing job narrating the film in a humorous way, breaking the fourth wall, much like Deadpool. Without all the blood, and guts, and cursing, and sex. And let's move on. Finally, we have Steve Whitmire, who took on the role of Kermit. After Jim Henson pretty much defined puppetry for this style and generation, Whitmire had very big shoes to fill. He not only did an amazing job, but I'm sure Jim would have been proud. Although Jim Henson was not part of the creation for The Muppet's Christmas Carol, as it was a movie dedicated to his memory, all of the puppets still had his charm, and the crew that worked on the movie did him justice. Not only did they all look awesome, they were all dressed perfectly for the time period. However, when using green screen effects, the immersion was lost. The flying scene, for example, looked like it was made in the 70s. But what really stood out was the music. Not only was the background score amazing, but nearly all the musical sets made me feel like a little kid again, sitting in a warm, cozy home with my loved ones before my family fell apart on a Christmas day years later. Let's move on. So there we have it. Over the years, The Muppet's Christmas Carol has changed for me because of my preference for darker films, but it's still an amazing movie that deserves its place next to the other renditions of the classic story. A Muppet's Christmas Carol gets an 8 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm curious, what's your favorite rendition of A Christmas Carol? Or do you prefer the classic novel? Let me know in the comments below. Well, my friends, another year has come and gone. And hopefully in the year to come, we can give you more great content that you will love. We here at Battlefront Productions want to wish you a very safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links for those can be found in the description below.
Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that big button over there. And while you're at it, why not click that email checkbox so that our videos don't get buried with all the other channels you're subscribed to. I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Battlefront Productions. Really? You mean the subscribe button bigger than those?
Well, it is prettier than this. You feel that, Kyle?
Feel what?
There's magic in the air.
Don't be stupid, bitch.
Magic in your death.